So here's the road that, you know, I hike on when I'm coming in the wintertime. So you can see it's basically a trail, but it looks a lot different without the snow on it. So it just kind of gives you an idea of what the road looks like. I call it the road. This is the spot I got stuck in my last video. Well, I'm finally back at the cabin. Well, not yet, but I'm about to be. Brought a rake so I can clean up some of the stuff around there. I also scored these chairs for $1 a piece. My favorite part about them is that they're light, so carrying them back there shouldn't be too big of a deal. So I couldn't pass these up for $1 a piece. It's like 85 out already, but I gotta keep my flannel on because it's the only long sleeve I have, and the deer flies are terrible. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wait to carry these in because I just want to go check out the cabin first. You know, I haven't been there in like 2 months, so go find out if the bears got in or something. You just never know. But I'm gonna hike back in there. Let's go take a look at it, and then I'll come back and carry the rest of this stuff in. This is my trail. Wouldn't even call it a trail now. Now that everything is in bloom. It's pretty thick, actually. Here's kind of the last stretch to the cabin. Man, is it overgrown. Looks a lot different back here in the summertime. Here it is, man. Moment of truth. Looks like it's still standing. Oh yeah, it's looking good. Looking really good. This tree fell over. Looks just how I left it. All right. That's cool. Doesn't look like any bears have been around. Everything's still boarded up. Heck yeah. I think we're in business here. So yeah, when I tore down that shack, you know, the whole thing was wrapped in tar paper and had tar paper. I had like 9 layers of tar paper on the roof. So that all kind of, you know, it's all buried underneath the snow, and now you can see it. This is why I brought the rake, so I can rake this stuff up. This is that tree that fell in my last video when I was getting ready to leave. And it just about hit the cabin, but I'm gonna get that bucked up into firewood. This is what I got for my firewood pile. It's actually not that much. Just 3 rows. But it is drying out nice, that's good. Go inside and have a look around. Heck yeah, it's looking really good. Just how I left it. Nothing's living in here, that's good. Nothing's broke in. Nothing's chewed up. Everything's right in its place. Pretty happy. Yeah, I got, you know, you guys, this is gonna look a lot better when I get that foam covered up. Yeah, it's looking good. Yeah, I'm really pleased with how dry my firewood is already. You know, it's been 2 months since I stacked it, and it's already well on its way to being really dry. So that's good. This is a good spot here in the sun, so it dries out pretty quick. But you know, I stay here from end of October until end of April, so for 6 months I'll be here, and you know, so it'll be nice when I get back here at the end of October, knowing that I got, you know, a couple cords of really good dry wood stacked and ready to go. You know, I had 0 pieces of firewood when I got here last year, so this will be pretty nice. I might even just save this whole stack for when it's, you know, really cold, like 40 below, just so I know I got really good dry wood to take from, because half of this stuff's birch and that'll burn longer than the pine. So I might just save this for really, really cold days, and then just get, you know, standing dead stuff as I need it. You know, I can get, you know, a week's worth of firewood in a couple hours, so I'll just do that again. That's what I did last year. Last year I had 0 pieces of firewood going into the winter, so it was just cut and split and stack as I needed it, pretty much. You know, I'd get ahead maybe a cord, and that's about it. But this is nice knowing that I got good, really good dry wood for when it gets really cold. And you know, I will say the nice thing about a log cabin is they're actually a little more cool, you know, when it's hot out. I think just because it breathes so much better, but it's noticeably way colder when you come in here compared to what it is outside. It's really sticky and humid outside, but in here it's not too bad at all. You could at least hang out in here and be somewhat comfortable. You know, it's crazy how many comments I get about what's in between my logs. You know, people are asking, what'd you use in between your logs, you know, to chink it with? You know, or oh, that foam, it's not going to last, it's not going to hold up. You know, I mean, it's only been a year and it's holding up pretty well, but, you know, you got to keep in mind that this cabin's really remote. So I got to carry stuff in a long ways. And so this, you know, those foam cans, it's great stuff, spray foam is all I used. And yeah, it's held up really well. And it, trust me, that this stuff holds heat and will seal any gap and crack. I mean, this cabin's toasty. So, you know, and then I just keep a couple cans on hand, and if I need it, I'll squirt some in a spot if I can feel a draft anywhere. But this thing is airtight and warm with this stuff. But I am going to clean this up, as you guys know, and cover it up with something a little better. But yeah, if you're looking to build a log cabin, I mean, you put this stuff in between. It's fairly cheap to do, and yeah, I can't recommend it enough. It's awesome. Holds up really well. So I'm like hanging out here, you know, checking out the cabin, and all of a sudden I look up. I don't know if you guys can see, that's a hornet's nest right there. I look up and there's just this huge hornet flying around. So that sucks. I think when I leave, I'm gonna knock that thing down and run. All right, well, here's the plan. I didn't notice that. I've been here a couple hours already. Didn't even notice that thing was there. I'm surprised I haven't gotten stung for how close I've been to that thing, and, you know, raking and moving around right in front of it. But what I think I'm going to do is I still got to go back and haul in those chairs. And so I think I'll set up the camera so you guys can watch, I guess, and be a team player. And I'm going to take a long board and smash the hive and then run like hell and go back and get my chairs. And because by the time, it'll take me like 45 minutes, probably round trip, to go get those chairs and haul them back in here. So hopefully things are settled down by the time I get back, but they're going to be pissed. So we'll try that. And I want to get rid of that. I don't want that hive on my cabin like that. So I think that's going to be the plan. I'll get you guys set up, and then yeah, I'll hit that thing and run. So we'll see how this goes. All right, well, I feel like I accomplished everything I wanted to at the cabin here in the short amount of time I had. Got some things cleaned up, and mainly I wanted to check on the place. I hadn't been here in 2 months, so it's still standing, no bear visitors. Everything's right where I left it. No critters got in at all, so we're looking good. Pretty happy with it. I'm gonna go back and grab those chairs and bring them back in here, and then I'm gonna smash that beehive and run like hell. So yeah, everything that I have at the cabin was brought in the same manner. You know, it's either carried in, brought in on my back, or pulled on a sled. You know, it's the only way to get things here, which is one of the downsides of a remote place. But once you got it all back there, man, it's awesome. I got the chairs in here. I'm gonna probably just put these off to the side somewhere, and because I'm not bringing them inside the cabin because the beehive is right above the door. And just gonna set these down, drop them off, grab that board, smack the hive, and then grab the tripod and get out of here. Oh yeah, I also have that wood stove, that other wood stove that I'll be packing back in here at some point next weekend that I have off, which might be a while, but I'll ratchet strap that to a dolly and wheel it in here. That should be the last big thing I ever bring back in here. Hopefully the last wood stove anyway. Oh, I just saw a big one fly by. We got it. They're pissed. Well, I think we're gonna chalk that up as a success. I saw it fall, and I saw them all flying out of there, and I didn't get stung, so I think we'll call it a win. Hopefully they don't remake that. And I'll bring some Raid back next time I come, just in case, but now I'm gonna continue the hike out of here. But yeah, when it comes time to bring that other wood stove in, this is always the biggest obstacle when I'm hauling stuff back in here is this hill here. It doesn't look like it's very big on this on video, but it's pretty steep. So I know I rolled my grandpa's wood stove over it, and that worked pretty good. But I can't really do that with this one. I got to be a lot more careful with it because it's got some like heat shields on it that are built in that can bend and break. So I'll have to come up with something to get it up there without wrecking it. Well, all right, I'm pretty happy with this trip here. It was nice to get back to the cabin and see that it's still standing and there's no visitors. Yeah, like I said, everything's just how I left it, so it's pretty sweet. I didn't get that tree cut up that I wanted to because it's 92 and hot and humid and deer flies swarming everywhere, so I'll just save that for the next weekend. I can make it back here. But yeah, I can't believe it's already July, man. That's 2 months down. I got 4 months left to go, and then I'll be back here and be a free man for 6 months. And I'm really looking forward to it. I got big things planned this winter, so I've been saving a lot of money, so it's been good. I'm really excited. So stay tuned.